Now he's still alive. Halen the Prince Spider cancelled with a stun. There it is. It's still up. RWM from UA. I think that's a clear catch today. Turtle going over. The BLACKLIST INTERNASIONal. Kyle DC. Nowhere to be seen. But they were able to make some responses. Oh no! Oh, we're in trouble! There's a flick of a zero! No dice. Still no castle.
Interesting that they did not dispute in that case with BREN ESPORT. You can definitely see that they were struggling already with a lack of enough tankiness against the competition BLACKLIST. The Open struggle utilizing the wild cards to get out instead of the flicker. Imagine if they wait for this more opportune moment, right? Could be perfect. And hadn't been that they had a goal holder to utilize in that specific occasion, maybe they could have gambled, or maybe they could even have taken some heroes back.
In trouble. Drawn first blood is a 2v1 up top, but how about down bottom? The Queen goes. Super Marco gets the kill. Shadow kill, just able to push back the remaining members of BLACKLIST back. BREN ESPORT able to go trade 1-for-1, but no conversions just yet.
Oh, cross map play.
You can see BREN ESPORT might be able to push bottom lane. Finally, Ogwin starts with the ultimate, hitting on both Owl and Oh My Venus. Oh My Venus didn't have Purify, only rocking the flicker this time, and that means turret for both teams.
But BLACKLIST is quicker on the draw. Here they are already at the Turtle Pit, so they have that benefit, and they will indeed take it. BREN can only watch.
Let's see. Wise, always going for the best play possible.
Uh-oh, RWM, pound the zone. Flickered on out by Idol Nama Kids. He's playing his 366th game. 366!
Wow.
All-time leader in games played in MPL Philippines. Been here since season 1. Hall of Legend.
And showing no signs of slowing down with his mechanics.
Getting better with age, like fine wine. Right now, he needs leadership. He needs even more of a showcase of his mechanics to help BREN ESPORT come back here. But this isn't as dire as the first game for sure. BLACKLIST are in the lead and seem to be more comfortably in control. The BREN ESPORT are still close enough to turn it around if they can find it.
Oh, possibly a 3v1. Now Flap TZ still holding on. Look at this, the angle from Few and Kyle TZ coming with a quad shadow and a blazing duet from Super. Ow, Super Marco is off. He's in the mid.
And
This
he's
is
out.
difficult. Oh no. Wise taken down. Now Super Marco pushing. Oh, that was two team fights. I was waiting to explode.
Yeah. Gonna have to hand it to Flap TC actually. Keeping himself grounded, lands the ultimate, stunning up Owl.
Oh, flickering on in. Agent Zero finds his target. Now will he suffer? Kyle TZ and Ogwin. There's no punish. This Rizla is standing tall.
This Rizla has been a menace for BREN ESPORT. Barely any answers for it. Wave clear, got it. Damage on the heroes, got it. Vision and damage in the opposing jungle, got it. Edward right now.
Yeah. I really wanna, you know, sometimes you feel that you just wanna witness how his brain works. Edward, right?
Open it up.
I wanna really open it up, maybe see how he's thinking, the way he thinks. He's so good the entirety of the playoffs, and it has only been day 2.
His clutch gene has been activated every day since yesterday. Now, possibly the last turtle in the game coming in. Oh, Magina's very low. Penalty zone in the back line. Few flickers on out. There's Shadow Stampede, the full heal coming from the Queen. Flap easy, just whack it away. Turtle at about a fifth of its health. Here comes Super Marco with a sniper shot. Wise takes a turtle. And just like that, BREN ESPORT understands the situation. Flap easy 2v1 up top. In mid, the fight continues. Can Charles get out of here? Answer is no. Yue finishes the job.
What a victory by BLACKLIST International, securing that third turtle of the game. BREN Esports in prime position to contest. Wise winning the retribution battle. Super Marco just couldn't get there in time to deal more damage for BREN Esports, but cannot be denied, BLACKLIST just played that entire sequence so well.
For sure. And you can see the lack of damage coming out from BREN Esports. They opted to go for this Lapu-Lapu, which will actually deal so much damage, but with the Estes in there for BLACKLIST International, everybody gets safe. The Oh My Venus School of Medicine is it's online.
That's an interesting angle Ogwen's holding.
Yep.
Does BLACKLIST know? Penalty zone already started up. BF spent in. Here comes the called altar. And Super Marco. And one charge on the 4 members. Oh my lord. They're folded in half. Edward goes down. Wise gonna be the next up on the docket. Gets on out of there. Survives. Super Marco gets the push in. And just like that, the turns have tabled.
Boys, gentlemen, everyone watching right now.
Oh! Here comes the clap back. Owl takes down Hugh. And there's a bit of redemption from the M3 World Champs.
The Master Blaster, right? That's what we call him.
Yes, sir.
But look, let's look at it at a closer angle. Open, even committing for the conceal. There's the Watchers and the Flicker connecting onto 4 members of BLACKLIST. Had it not been for Few overextending, this would be so perfect for BREN Esports. Nevertheless, it still looks so good.
We've got ourselves an even game. The snipe from Super Marco lands an Oh My Venus. BREN thought it was over, but now it's just much more even. The Lord is up. 10 minutes in. Both teams can contest, but it looks like BLACKLIST might be rushing this.
Oh, puts up the Guardian's barrier. Flap TZ looking for the engage. Bravest fire to the back line. Finds the queen. Forces an ult. Here comes Kyle TZ. Super Marco. Look at this angle. Flap TZ. Saved by the cult altar. And there's a penalty zone. Kyle TZ just playing with space. Down goes Flap TZ. Oh no. Few. Taken down. 2K for Yue. Super Marco gets hit by the tail end of the Void Crystal. Down he goes. Ow. Gets the kill. Kyle TZ gets to take down the queen. But that's the only kill for BREN Esports. Ogwen's gonna fall here. 4 for 1. BLACKLIST continue to take on the turtle. Rather, the Lord.
Yeah, this is really bad for BREN Esports. They engage against an engage type of composition. I like the idea coming up from Flap TZ, forcing the ultimate. But the thing is, Super Marco held on to the sniper. He spent like 50% of the initial team fight just charging up the ultimate.
Yep. And now BLACKLIST gonna punish him. BREN Esports took too much time. Wolf, I hear you. Super Marco waited too long.
Exactly.
And by the time he was ready with the Nibiru, BLACKLIST was in his face.
Exactly. I think that's just a matter of decision making for BREN Esports. Now, Super Marco will have the wind of nature, so maybe the tables will change later on. But my oh my, that is something that is very forgettable if you're BREN Esports.
Yeah, no Nibiru right now for Super Marco. I believe it's Renner and Bennett, the sniper and the grenade launcher on the hands of the Beatrix. And yeah, you saw him, he desperately tried to line up the perfect shot, but because of Oh My Venus blocking Yue, it's like Oh My Venus knew the angle Super Marco wanted to hit the sniper from, and Super Marco just couldn't hit it. He tried to hit Oh My Venus just as a consolation prize, but missed it. BLACKLIST International, that was just their individual and team mastery for their heroes and their lineup, shining for them in that sequence.
BLACKLIST International trying to push on top and in mid, forcing out a wild charge from Master Blaster Ogwen. And there's an RWM and a cult altar. Tit for tat. Wise very low. Here comes the heal from Oh My Venus. And Kyle T's trying to finish the job with a quad shadow and a shadow kill. Super Marco in trouble. Point blank. Oh, Flap Easy finishes the job. Super Marco putting in as much damage as he could. Now Oh My Venus about to go down. 2K for Flap Easy. Wise goes down as well. Traded out for Few. 4 go down. Only Agent Zero stands. Can Abunjinking get away with this? Ogwen and Flap Easy and Marco are on the hunt. Do they know? Can they see? Edward will escape.
What a fight by BREN Esports! And you would argue that maybe Flapteasy is already struggling, but then he breaks it back, dials it in, takes out 2 crucial members of BLACKLIST, taking out Owl, in dissecting the composition of BLACKLIST. But it all was started by Kaltisi creating the chaos and forcing the ultimate out of Oh My Venus, getting and forcing also Owl to be put in a position where he is susceptible to Flap TZ. The new TZ brothers making a play for BREN Esports' survival.
Swing back after swing back, just when you thought BLACKLIST had that in the bag, BREN found a way. See Halberd already built up there by Kyle TZ on this Hayabusa, 3-0 and 6 against the Ube strat is incredibly commendable for a Hayabusa player. Difficult to do, but you're right, it's been the TZ brothers. The land shaker stun coming from Flap was big there, and the decision for BREN to continue committing that even though it looked so sketchy.
I believe it's the same kind of mindset and engagement BREN have to do to be able to claw themselves out of this very small gold lead for Blacks International. But yes, Flap TZ, he was instrumental. He threw back to his days in Singapore, winning the M2 World Championship. And he's got to do that again for his new TZ bro. Now BLACKLIST starting up this Lord, putting it at about half of its health. Here comes Kyle TZ with an angle from the bottom. Few and Flap TZ. Ooh, he shows himself. Here comes Few. And they're waiting. Could this be a reset? Lord at about a fifth of its health this time around. Owl doing his best. Oh, that's a forced reset.
Oh, not a full one though, still half. BLACKLIST still have control.
Oh, why is it still here? Flap TZ very low. Kyle TZ coming in. Oh,
They forced the ultimate.
Yep. Timing-wise, I'm not too sure. Can they contest? It looks like it's all about block. There's a wild charge and an RWM. Fuse very low.
Edward.
Penalty zone by Edward. He's going up toe-to-toe against Super Marco. There goes the Lord. Kyle TZ in. Shadow kill. Popping the immortality on Oh My Venus. And he uses that last shadow to get up there. Flap TZ with the BF. Taking down Owl. And they're not done. He's still going. Members of BREN Esports at less than half their health. That's not an ideal engagement.
Flap is willing BREN to not let go.
Oh,
One of the longest tenured members of BREN Esports, the XP laner who had a glowing rookie season, who eventually dipped, who eventually came back, does not want to let go.
they're not stopping, right? They're turning back the clock as Flap TZ again salvages BREN Esports from a fight where they should not be winning. Still, BLACKLIST International managed to take the Lord because of their decision making.
Yes.
Credits to Owl, standing his ground, forcing the Framis ultimate coming out from BLACKLIST International. The moment that happened, they rushed to take out the Lord. Great decision overall from BLACKLIST. But oh my, BREN Esports is creating chaos.
BLACKLIST knows he's gonna crash into that turret.
Kyle!
Eventually, look at the back line! A winner trudge! Yue goes down! And now Edward is in trouble. He does have a penalty zone. Goes for it. Immortality still in check. Few goes on. Doesn't survive. Oh, he's still alive. Here we go. Owl eventually ends it. Top and bottom have been penetrated. BREN still breathing, but they are gassed.
Earlier it was Flap, and continues to do it is Edward. He is also willing BLACKLIST and telling him, no, we hold on to this lead. We will not let go. Agent Zero with a massive penalty zone.
And this is starting to be a showdown between two explainers. Somebody, they just want to outplay each other and outdo each other, I mean. And Edward is just landing on those crucial ultimates. And that wasn't only the good thing he did. There were so many non-flashy plays that he was able to do to make it so that Super Marco will not have a good game. And you can argue that in back-to-back games, it might be the worst that Super Marco has performed, right? When he played the Claude, did not play well.
Uh-oh.
This time, also.
Forcing an engage. There's a flicker from Few, and he does get the CA in, and there's a wild charge running on through four members. Flap TZ is still whacking away. A penalty zone from Agent Zero. Down goes Few. 2 for none so far. The trades here. Now Super Marco next up on the docket uses his win chat. He goes down as well. 2K for Owl, and now Ogun and Kyle TZ the only ones left. Kyle TZ is cutting the waves. Ogwin uses flicker.
Oh, but
BREN,
there are 4 members here. Kyle, do you really want to do this?
they're trying to hold on. Kyle TZ, he has one shadow from there, but he will not survive. It's just Master Ogwin left.
Does have the wild charge.
Does have it. The minion, what is it? It's 2. It's a cannon. It's a melee.
Wrong block.
Oh, he didn't get the block. Wild charge to survive. They need to clear the waves. There's an RWM. Oh, they cleared the minions. And there's a penalty zone. Flap TZ is still holding on. There's no minions. BREN esports alive, but just for
Still
a
awake.
little longer.
Oh my god, the penalty zones. You cannot get out of it, literally. And that's the reason why Edward tried to commit for it in front of FlapTZ, in front of the base building. Because they know that they can gun down FlapTZ no matter what. Great decisions again from Edward.
Can BREN contest in time?
Oh!
No chance.
No one home.
No chance.
BLACKLIST read the situation. They watched out for the snipe. Wherever you're watching from, wherever in the Philippines, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, maybe even as far as the regions of NACT, the regions of MPL Brazil, this is world-class Mobile Legends Bang Bang action we're watching in the first series of day number 2, the first game of our knockout stages in BLACKLIST and BREN esports. Almost 19 to 20 minutes in, BLACKLIST with the potential to end it here with the Lord marching with them.
It's a 5-man defense from BREN esports. 4K gold lead. Definitely you can say they're outgunned. Super Marco picked up the Haas Claw, but I'm not so sure exactly that's going to keep him alive for long. Bombs away, thinning that wave, but the Lord stands tall. Few is going to have to be super instrumental here. He can't die willy-nilly. In he comes. Penalty zone forced out with the flicker. Lord crashing on through. And US still swiping around. Ogun with a wild charge, doing his best, still alive with a CA. And now FlapTZ just swinging away. He has an immortality himself. The waves are still just crashing down. Popping immortality on FlapTZ. Is this the inevitable? Will BLACKLIST take this and go into match point? Down
They
goes the wave.
survive.
They pop him. No waves. Folks, BREN esports still breathing.
They're still fighting at the bottom. Few.
Oh, they're going. White very low. Super Marco taking him down. Kyle DZ just cleared the waves.
No way.
Down goes Owl.
way.
Here comes the clap back. 2K for Super Marco. And just like that, bodies have dropped for BLACKLIST. BREN still here.
Super Marco waited for his best moment to land the sniper shot for 20 minutes, not able to land it. But finally, in the moment that mattered, it was there.
Oh, they're still going. Look at this, Super Marco.
Flap.
Battling away. FlapTZ goes in one more time. And RWM pulling him in. Penalty zone. Edward taking him down into the ground.
Oh, the first to overheat is the team to first crash. FlapTZ making so many good plays, but that one is definitely off the mark. Edward just being the more consistent Agent Zero, 14 all-time kills in MPL Peach history.
Surpassing his own teammate Oheb. 661 over 660. Ogwen trying to get info and hold them back. A world-class performance from two world-class teams and organizations. There is a saying in the Philippines, walang forever, there is no forever, but if there could be one, I'd want to see BLACKLIST International and BREN esports fight forever.
Agree with you, Dito, that. Let's play 15 minutes. Let's break records. Especially with this kind of gameplay between two teams.
FlapTZ back on the map. I believe this 1K gold lead that BREN esports has evens the odds. Both teams can start juggling items, and both teams have all they need. They just need to execute better than the other. Lord here put down about half its health, close to by BLACKLIST, and Owl coming in with a blazing duet, forcing a CA, and in comes the new TZ brothers. Flap just waiting away at 4 members into the back line. He's very low. Yule gets the kill. Edward as well, very low. Marco goes down. In comes Kyle DZ, taking down Yue. And now, Few falls. Edward gets the kill. Few gonna be back in just a jiffy. Kyle trying to take down Wise, and indeed he does. But oh my Venus gets revenge just as quickly.
Oh my goodness. They can even argue that this might not be over. The minions are still healthy for BREN esports. Well, BLACKLIST International, they have important members for a push. A tanky Edward, a healer, and of course, the damage dealer. Anything you need for an RPG quest.
3v2.
Okay, they slow down the minions. Ogwin and Few.
They need 17 seconds.
Oh no, in comes Edward in the penalty zone, forcing out a CA. They need the Ghostbusters, and look at Owl just barreling away. Pew, 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 at the base. And ladies and gentlemen, there's no minions. Marco back in fight. Oh my Venus still alive. Getting away with Agent Zero, and just like that, BREN is still here. Here comes FlapTZ with the BF. Oh my Venus. gonna go down. Immortality Pop, Super Marco here as well. And just like that, we can hear him chanting, "Fight forever!"
They hold on yet again. Somehow, odds stacked against them, backs against the wall, only 2 left against 3.
Few with the Ghostbusters and the Blood Wings to survive!
The B-dubs!
And after 23 minutes and 34 seconds, BREN Esports finally gets a Lord!
One Lord! Sato Lord! Isang Lord! It's the very first Lord that they've had this whole debacle!
No way they survived that! And it's just Few, Flapteasy, and the gang. I can argue that BLACKLIST International had everything they need. Edward landed!
Dios Uno!
An ultimate with the penalty zone on an important hero. They were able to put Few into a very, very bad spot, but Few survived with a sliver of HP.
Dios mío!
My
24
God.
seconds and minutes and counting. 5v5, make it 6v5. Here comes the Lord, and here comes BREN.
For the first time in this game, BREN Esports are on the offensive, and decisively so. They penetrate in mid. They're trying to sink a wave up top and down bottom as well. Wise dueling with Coyoteezy. Owl to the rescue. BREN, they have to temper their expectations. They have to slow it down.
Concealed play by BREN.
Looking for something here. Hogan puts up a Guardian's
On the wrong side of
barrier.
the wall!
And there's a wild charge! They're trying to catch Owl! Here comes the BF. The RWM. Super Marco lives. He survives. A lot of key ults spent in by both teams. Or is there going to be a punish? Here comes the sniper shot.
They have to run away from here.
Here comes Wise trying to stop the retreat. Ogwin doing his best. It looks like Wise a little too deep. Ogwin gonna get his immortality pop.
Phew!
And
Phew!
there comes Phew with a pull and a Ghostbusters. And Super Marco coming in. Flappies as well. Look at Kyle. Look at the engage. Look at the angle. Can he find it? Shadow kill. Still incoming. Oh, he hasn't pulled the trigger quite yet. And now, still no one falls. First to go is going to be Few. Wise gets popped. Look at Edward in the back line. Popping immortality on Super Marco. Ending the Beatrix. And just like that, Kyle gets his immortality popped as well. A blazing duet from Owl. Taking down Coyoteezy. Oh, here is a short conclusion to that engagement. 2 for 1.
Edward salvaging BLACKLIST International was a big tug of war between two teams, and it was Edward to land the hammer literally in front of Super Marco. BREN Esports had the chance to get out, to bail out. They fought even after Super Marco didn't have the flicker nor the dash anymore. Few had a good angle, was so phenomenal with this hero, but everybody else is. BLACKLIST International and BREN Esports, they're the gods of MLBB right now, and they're playing against each other.
I'm a believer. I'm here.
Here's Al. Here's BLACKLIST. Here's BREN. 4v3, the blazing duet.
Forcing out a
And
throw. And there's the penalty zone from the back line, forcing out a cult altar. Massive wave from BLACKLIST International. They enforce a stun. The other way from US. Ladies and gentlemen, it's over.
Is
BLACKLIST International are at match point.
Hear the crowd roar. Put your hand on your chest. Feel it. The heartbeat. The adrenaline. Wherever you're watching, and if you saw it live, you just saw one of the greatest games of Mobile Legends Bang Bang of all time. And that was only the second game in this best of 5 series in the upper bracket of the MPL Philippines Season 11 playoffs.
Wow. Edward was a beast. I mean, everybody played so well in this game, right? You can argue. There were a lot of mistakes and a lot of good plays. But Edward shined all above. And I might just repeat what I just tweeted yesterday. Edward just goated himself. The way that he lands his ultimate was so good. And the decision for BLACKLIST International in that last push to not wait for the minions before they make a play. Edward knew that he can land the penalty zone onto Few when Few went off map, utilizing the Shadow Stampede. Waited for the right moment, he landed it, forced BREN Esports in the corner where They were so low in HP, and they cannot stay in front of the minions to clear it out. Super duper smart and super duper mechanically gifted was Edward.
It seems like Edward has made a habit of goading himself.
Yeah.
It seems to be on his to-do list every day. And second is, the only thing that really makes me sad about this is it had to end at 26 minutes. I could have gone longer. I wish it did.
I wish it went double it. Even if it went past an hour, I wouldn't mind. Because that was a treat. You tell your friends, your family, even strangers on the streets, watch this game, watch this match. They just put on one of the all-timers.
For sure.
BLACKLIST International and BREN Esports. So much more to talk about in that belter of a match. So let's toss it on over to Midnight for the analysis.
Well, hindi lang ginawa pero maraming nangyari dito sa game na to. But definitely BLACKLIST was able to get their victory on game number 2. Welcome back dito sa ating analystan. Ako nga pala si Midnight, and dahil sa sobrang dami nangyari dito sa game number 2 ay kakailanganin ko ng tulong. So let me introduce to you the coach of Next Play EVOS, Coach Josh. Join me here in the analystan. Coach, kamusta ka naman? Kamusta naman ang game? At
Ayos lang.
Ano masabi mo doon sa game number 2? It was intense and napakahaba ng game na yun. Ano masabi mo?
Breathtaking kasi yung ginawa talaga ng ng BLACKLIST saka ngayon. BREN. Medyo mahirap i-analyze kumbaga. Mahirap napunta sa game 2 na medyo dikit talaga ang laban. So sa draft pa lang medyo medyo makikita mo na medyo didikit hanggang
Yeah. Speaking of draft, makikita natin yung draft dito. Actually, as you've said, medyo dikit. Meron kasing meron early game potency yung lineup ng BREN Esports, and yung late game power naman ay nasa side ng BLACKLIST International. Pero actually, parang early game nga, BLACKLIST pa yung no? BLACKLIST pa yung control.
Actually, BLACKLIST ang may control ng early dahil sila ang nagko-control ng XP laner through the turtle lane. Kahit yung yung circle of turtle, nung game 1 sila rin nagko-control, kaya siguro nahihirapan yung BLACKLIST, nung BREN, nung game 1 sa game 2.
Yeah. Ideally, parang i-expect natin na si BLACKLIST International na yung lalamang sa early game and to mid game. Pero BREN Esports nakahanap sila ng momentum. Pero may mga magandang ginawa dito ng BREN Esports against BLACKLIST para ma-mount tong late game defense na nagawa nila. Ano ba sa tingin mo yung mga moments sa game na yun?
Ang moment ng BREN talaga doon yung 9-minute mark nila. Yung maganda yung pasok ni Ogwen, tapos
yung Grok.
Yung Grok. Yun yung pinakamalinis na execution na ginawa ng BREN. But unfortunately, yung after ng flash na yun at nakapasok sila ng third tower, maganda rin ang defend na ginawa ng BLACKLIST dito. Kaya yun, dumikit sila hanggang doon sa 20-minute mark na
Yeah. And ang ganda rin kasi very particular yung Grok pick. Kasi if I remember correctly, it was the 4th pick ng BREN Esports. And that time, na-pick na yung Beatrix. So parang hindi expect na nila lalabas yung Claude at some point. Well, hawak din kasi ng BLACKLIST yung Claude at that time. So nung kinuha nila yung Grok, parang meron silang natural answer dun sa Blazing Duet. Pero hindi natin nakita ng early game yun. Pero tulad nga na nabanggit mo, pagdating ng 9-minute mark, doon natin nakita yung malupit na wild charge ni Ogwen against BLACKLIST International. I think 4 or 5 yung nahuli niya.
Ang daming mga magandang wild charge na ginawa niya. Hindi ko rin yung ginagawang draft pa ng BREN at saka BLACKLIST kasi ino-open talaga nila yung Estes yung game 1 and game 2 So hindi natin alam kung may plan si BREN for the Estes or medyo talagang baka mahirapan talaga sila sa macro decisions na ginagawa.
Yeah, good point kasi actually katabi ko si si Coach Paolo Expert. By the way, nandiyan din si Coach Paolo Expert dito sa ating venue. Sabi rin niya, baka nga may idea yung BREN Esports against Estes ng BLACKLIST International kasi dalawang game nang inopen. And tulad nga na sabi mo, baka nga merong approach pero at this point parang hindi ganun ka-effective yung approach nila. Marami na rin naman nag-try lumaban sa Estes ni The Queen or The Queen ni Estes, pwede mong baliktarin. Pero again, it was BLACKLIST International that took this game pero it wasn't a game na clearly decisive for BLACKLIST kasi nakapag-mount nga ng incredible defense ang BREN Esports, especially with the crucial outcome dun sa mid lane fight na nagawa ni Ogwin that ended up being successful for BREN Esports. And at that time, nagkaroon ng momentum actually yung BREN. And yung BLACKLIST INTERNASIONal, I would say, hindi ko lang kung mag-agree ka dito, Coach, pero I would say, parang medyo all-in kasi doon sa Claude.
Oo, medyo
Yung lineup ng BLACKLIST while on BREN, parang ang daming playmakers, especially with Flap, di ba? Doon sa lapu-lapu. So ano pa ba yung mga heroes na nagamit dito ng BREN kapag dating ng late game?
Dito kasi feeling ko talaga, kaya tumatagal yung game ng BREN dahil yung medyo mid-game scenario na, nahanap na nila yung composition ng draft nila kung saan sila malakas eh. Una sa mga segway pushes, so sila po nakagawa na ng space throughout the whole game ng mid to late game. Kaya yun.
Yeah, segue actually ganda ng point doon, no? Kasi minsan nakikita natin yung Hayabusa nasa side lane tapos alam mo parang nagkakaroon sila ng sayawan ni Wise na saan ka pa pupunta ko, kung this ka ba ng objective or kailangan ko pa mag-defend kasi nagpo-push si Kyle TZ and also nabanggit mo si Flap TZ yung lapu-lapu. Hindi lang sa split pushes kundi yung selfless sacrifice ni Flap TZ kapag nagkakaroon ng team fight. Parang lagi siyang tumatalon.
Lagi siya. So binabawian naman ni Edward dito. Ang nangyayari, tuwing tumatalon si Edward, may backup ng mga poke ni Yue. Kaya mas mahirap ang situation ng BREN kanina.
Yeah, parang si Flap nung early game nakita natin, lagi niyang binibigay yung sarili niyang buhay para sa objective ng BREN. Pero the better victor here is Edward from the side of BLACKLIST INTERNASIONal. Tulad na nabanggit ni Coach Josh kanina, every time na tumatalon si Flap TZ, sinasabayan siya ni Edward. Tinatalon na niya rin yung backline. And to think na once lang namatay si Abunjing sa side ng BLACKLIST INTERNASIONal really tells the performance of this guy. Full tank. And ito yung nakakatakot kasi dyan. Kahit full tank yan, naka-Festival of Blood kasi. So more kills, more sustain. And alam naman natin ng Trisla, medyo mahapdi ang damage yan. And naging malaki yung impact niya rito for the performance sa BLACKLIST. And I think pati early game, no? Kung makikita natin yung mga early rotations niya, even level 1 to level 2, nagro-rotate siya.
Yung game 1, game 2, makikita mo talagang rotation ng BLACKLIST laging nasa XP laner eh. Pinupuruan talaga niya, pinupuruan si Flap dito eh.
Kumaga parang ine-enable nila.
Kaya
si Flap
nakaasa
TZ.
sila sa double sustain na ginagawa ng BLACKLIST sa draft nila.
Yeah. Makikita natin dito yung effect ni Edward sa heat map, yung kanyang movements all over the map. After doon sa initial laning stage, makita natin kalat-kalat yung presensya ni Edward dito sa heat map. And dito natin makikita yung mga moments na lumalamang ang BLACKLIST International sa early game. Pero BREN Esports, Coach, medyo may bawi pa rin sila eh. Parang hindi ganun ka-established yung lead ng BLACKLIST.
Yung early, lalo na talaga dyan sa 9-minute mark na yan, yan ang pinakamalaking ikot na nangyari sa buong laro dahil medyo kontrolado na ng BLACKLIST talaga yung early nila eh. Kahit nung game 1, ganun din naman yung nangyari. So, nung nakuha na ng momentum ng BREN yung buong mapa ng after the 9-minute mark, medyo mas marami lang mga errors siguro sa part ng BREN kanina pero same scenario eh. Sa BLACKLIST din naman talaga dahil sa mga ganda pinakita ng BREN.
Yeah.
Nagkakaroon ng opening ang BLACKLIST.
And speaking of errors, I would want to expound on this. Kasi every time na, actually nabanggit ito ng game number 1, every time na nakikita natin nag-objective yung BLACKLIST International, tingin mo ba, bakit ang hirap labanan ng BLACKLIST pagdating sa mga Turtle and Lord fights?
Number 1 dyan, syempre, sobrang ganda pinapakita nila pagka naka-SS sila. Kasi more on utility heroes kasi talaga. Sa macro objective and decisions ng BLACKLIST talagang dito tayo magkakatalo sa lahat ng teams dito sa PH. Sobrang gandang pinapakita ng BLACKLIST dito sa lahat ng objectives.
Parang sila one step ahead.
One step ahead.
Over any other team. Kasi majority ng late game fights, medyo nagkaroon tayo ng stalemate. Pero pag nakikita natin yung mga Lord fights, laging pumapabor sa BLACKLIST International. Would you say, engagement ba to, target lock ba to, or overall conditioning talaga ng BLACKLIST kapag dumalaban sila sa Lord?
Siguro talagang expected na natin sa BLACKLIST to eh, na every time na nagsisircling around sila doon sa mga Turtle and Lord fights talagang sila talaga may control ng map or else meron ka talaga mga trade-offs na gagawin sa BLACKLIST.
Ganda nung term yung circling around, parang yun yung ibang viewpoint ng Lord dance. Parang lagi kayong pinapaikot ng BLACKLIST International and in turn napapahirap yung Lord take ng ibang teams. And again, it was BLACKLIST International that dictated the tempo of this game. Even though nakabawi ang BREN Esports, yung late game control pa rin talaga. Same nung game number 1, yung paano nila hawakan yung Lord, yung nagdidikta kung paano sila nananalo dito sa ating game. Amazing game number 2 for the agents. Question is, Pati 3-0 ba ng Blacklist International ang M2 World Champions or makakabawi ba ang BREN Esports? Yan ang abangan natin mamaya sa game number 3. Pero bago lahat, kausapin muna natin ang ating mabuting kaibigan.
Maraming salamat, Midnight and Coach Joss, for that very wonderful analysis. I'm over here at the legend and the mythic section ng BREN Esports. At kasama ko ngayon ang buff na kinakailangan nila because the doctor is in. Doc Rivo, kamusta ka? Tagal nating di nakita. Please give a round of applause, everyone. Kamusta ka, Doc?
Ayos lang. Mamamahinga.
Okay, nakita mo naman yung Game 2 na naging laban kanina. Blacklist ngayon ang match point. Kamusta yung naging experience? Ano sa tingin mo yung pwedeng i-adjust ng BREN para sa Game 3?
Siguro iba nila yung hero ni Venus.
Oh, okay.
Nahirapan nata sila sa Estes eh.
Okay, speaking of Venus, speaking of Estes, kung maaalala natin dati, nabanggit mo from before na yung isa sa mga teams na sa tingin mo ay nanghina from the previous ones ay ang Blacklist International. This time, Blacklist International ang currently na nasa match point and your former team, BREN Esports, is still yet to score a game. Ano sa tingin mo? Bumalik na ba ang lakas ng Blacklist?
Siguro. Kasi 2-0 eh. Ang akala ng iba, mati 3-0 ng BREN. Di pala.
Okay. Again, that is very well much an answer. But again, para sa iyong mga dating mga kakampi, si Flap TZ and si Few, na kani-kanina lang ay nakita natin, they were the pillars of offensive defense. Anong masasabi mo sa BREN Esports for them to hopefully bounce back in this series?
Sa masasabi ko sa BREN, galingan nyo, kayang-kaya niyan. Flap, malaki tiwala ako sa iyo ah.
The trust is there. Galing sa Dr. Ribo. Maraming salamat. Let us throw it over to Mara Aquino.
Hindi lang ang ating laban ang world class, pati na rin ang ating guest. We have an action star right here. You know him as Jardani, also known as John Wick. It's so nice to have you here. Kamusta ka?
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you have here with you? Are you here by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, I see here that you have your dog who you love so much. So, ngayon, sa tingin mo ba makakabawi yung BREN sa laban natin ngayon?
Yeah.
Okay, pero paano naman yung Blacklist? They're doing so well. Do you think na mataas yung chance nila na manalo? Isa na lang kailangan nila.
Yeah.
Are you having fun dito sa playoffs?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so ano pa yung dinala mo ngayon? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oy, Carl, rock hard, be careful. Tumaas yung dog. Alright, now, magsisimula na ang... Please don't raise that up, it's making me nervous. I know, we know what you could do with a pencil. Now, magsisimula na yung laban natin. Usually ginagawa ko to sa ating mga guests. Pwede bang i-throw natin sa casters? Alam mo na, yung casters pasok. Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, I got...
All right. I think I got it recovered just in time. Welcome back to the desk. And after an intense game that we saw between two of the world's greatest, delivering one of the greatest of all time, it was nice to reset a bit, get a bit of laugh in, but yeah.
Yeah. Man, I was legit scared for Rockhart. You said what? He's in danger in more ways than one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what Carl was thinking, man.
That dog went into alert mode eventually. Like, yo. I thought that dog was asleep.
Yeah.
But he got up the moment Rockhart put his
Apparently
hands
not.
on John Wick.
Apparently not.
All right, if you want to get your hands on something, it better has to be the Moonlit Ninja skin of Hanabi. Join the Moonlit Wish Draw and stand a chance to get it. You can enjoy a 50% discount, 50% off for the first 10 pulls of it. All right? The Hanabi Moonlit Ninja skin is beautiful. I don't use Hanabi, but I'm one of those people who are willing to spend on skins for heroes I don't even want to use. So when you use your, the discount will not be applied when you use All-Star Promo Diamonds and Moonlit Wish tokens, by the way. The draw event will last until May 8. You can see, you saw a member of the crowd there behind me. This is what you're missing out on when you don't come here to the SMX Convention Center. We have people from all over the world flying into the Philippines for epic Mobile Legends Bang Bang action.
I was afraid Baba Yaga was going to come get me.
Yeah.
No, Baba Yaga ain't here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's very sneaky. He has his own ways. By the way, big shout out to the dog. I mean, that's a very cute dog, but a very alert one.
A very alert girl or boy.
Yeah, I am staying away from that dog. Not because I have any bad intentions towards John Wick, but more of just like, I wouldn't be able to stop myself from hugging and cuddling it. Now let's go on over to the draft. BLACKLIST International versus BREN ESPORT. Our lot is the no-no here for BLACKLIST. They don't want to give it to Flap Teasy.
Well, what I noticed from BREN ESPORTS, all smiles. We're still very confident. I'm sure Ducky's just cheering up everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Always the fun guy, I would say. Easy.
Ducky and the doc. They heard words from the doc.
Yeah, for sure.
Ducky has to be like one of the funniest coaches of all time. Especially if, I mean, we can't say what they say, but I've had the pleasure to listen to team comms. And during the draft, Coach Ducky does a really great job of, other than just drafting, keeping the spirits up of BREN ESPORTS. Sometimes at the expense of another BREN ESPORTS member for a light roasting, but, you know, they're all close, so it all works out well for them.
He likes them ribbon, man. That's a special relationship he has with his squad. Looking at the way the draft is unfolding, it looks like BREN ESPORTS now on the blue side have changed their priorities as well. No longer will we try to stop Abunjing. Instead, it looks like they're saying, we can't stop him. He's just gonna play the way he will.
Yeah. If that is actually a confirmed ban on the Eve, I think that it's a step in the right direction for BREN ESPORTS. I mean, we did predict that it will be the priority for game number 2, and it was, and to many great effects, right? But for BREN ESPORTS, apart from taking out the comfort heroes for BLACKLIST International, I think that they should be going back to their own comforts as well. We don't like the fact that they're trying to surely mean, Hayabusa is a comfort pick, but we know for sure that that is not a hero against an Estes. Definitely not, right?
So to take away the Faramis, could be a first pick glue here option for BREN ESPORTS or the Valentina.
They're setting it up.
They're setting it up. I love this Eve ban.
Joy?
Best picks for Yuel leaves the Valentina, the Farsa, and even the Savior for him.
Joy is open because it
would be a great pick. Oh, you also don't want to give that to Edward.
Is it J&G? The J&G are open.
I think you, for the purpose of not giving it to BLACKLIST, you just pick it up. I don't see a world where BREN ESPORTS lets it go, right? Especially in the absence of the Kaja. You don't want that to happen. But that means that BLACKLIST will have another strong hero in the glue. All right, so do you go glue Fredrin in this comp for BLACKLIST?
I'm thinking Valentina glue.
Valentina glue.
There's one half of it.
Yeah. Okay. So Valentina.
There's all of it.
Yep. There's. Now, if you're BREN ESPORTS, how do you counter this glue without the Faramis? Do you take the Fredrin this time, or maybe not? That's not a BREN thing, right? So maybe you take Carry actually, and then a supporting hero, maybe Carry and Lolita, in fact, for BREN ESPORTS.
Yeah, I was wondering, what's up with the whole let's leave Ogwin to the last phase?
Yeah.
It seems like they're putting a lot of pressure on the young Unigo, the younger Unigo, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh, if you pick up the Fred right
Should
away.
not have second-guessed myself. So do you go Fredrin and... Fredrin Carry, I think, should be the answer, right?
Yeah.
They need damage?
I've been waiting for
Okay, Fredrin Carry. It's all normal.
All right, so there's a good chunk of their damage already on
For
board.
sure.
Good chunk of peel as well.
Yeah. Maybe if you're BLACKLIST International, you're considering either the Brody or the Estes. Both heroes are going to be good versus the comp of BREN ESPORTS for sure. So what you get from getting the Brody right now is that it will not be banned out, and you have that chance to kind of get back to the form where you will now have the Estes. Now, for BLACKLIST International, they might even consider the Estes to be picked up like right now, because you're not worried about something like a Claude or an assassin, right? You're okay with whatever you have right now. So I think that either Estes or Brody.
In game two, they went for an early Estes, but it looks like they understand that there's only so many bans BREN eSports has. So yeah, they'll pick up the Claude here.
Wow.
And yeah, because of this whole Ogwen dynamic I've mentioned, it looks like Oh My Venus is also just as comfortable now.
Yeah.
At the same time, we have to consider that this Joy pick is a massive flex. I wouldn't discount it potentially going into the mid lane in the hands of few.
It's a double flex.
That's
triple
right.
even. Could go in the jungle. Maybe could even go to the...
You're right.
Also because of the Fredrin. That can also flex.
Yeah, that double flex. Yeah, that's also true.
Right, yeah.
The multiple layers of flexibility, just like a yoga master right now. That's what BREN eSports is playing out in this draft.
So if Ducky is a weightlifting master, is Coach Ren the yoga master?
That makes sense.
We
Like
can
two
ask.
different schools of fitness.
Yeah.
You can ask.
Okay. Oh, good ban from BREN eSports. Maybe something like a Baksha as their next set of ban. I'll not be surprised if Blacklist actually bans out the, well, Kufra. It's going to be the second best thing to counter Claude. Grok is a hero that can also be considered again by BREN eSports. This time I would agree that it could be a good pickup, but the presence of this Valentina always threatens for that spot. When there's a Valentina, you always second guess picking up the Grok.
That's a ouchies, man.
Yep.
Given Yue a wild charge,
Yeah.
we've seen this, and it doesn't spell any good results for the opponent.
Actually got to cross paths with the members of BLACKLIST INTERNATIONal backstage after game number 2, and it seems like that was something that Yue has been preparing for in different ways.
Oh,
Being
good
able
ban.
to use a wild charge as a Valentina.
Yeah. Good ban coming out of BREN eSports. Honestly, Blacklist, they can just pick up the... Well, there's the Lolita. We did say. There could be a chance. There could be a world where the Lancelot is the last pick here for Blacklist.
Yep.
And,
Lancelot or Baksha.
Yeah, but Baksha is like the more standard one, I would say.
Yep.
It's the safest pick. That means that BREN eSports will now have to find a way to kind of cancel this Lolita. What else do you pick? There is Atlas, however.
Yeah.
BREN eSports.
So thinking too, but do you really want to give that to the Valentina
Yeah.
now with 2 setup ultimates on the side of the
Exactly.
Blacklist?
So
Risky.
maybe something like a Cho.
Joe might
And
be...
then gonna be looking for a mid. The Farsa is still available.
Unless the Joy becomes...
Oh, Julian could be good.
Oh, yeah.
This could be a good Julian game for few.
Oh. So that'll
like it.
mean
I agree.
the flex... Yeah, I mean, all illusions just vanish from here.
Oh, what?
No way.
They really
Are
want
they-
to make this floor.
Are they throwing it back to game 1 and then just reiterating? Look, it looks like it. They have better peel now.
Yeah.
They have the right kind of damage that they want.
So it's a readjusted game number 1 draft
What
for BREN
is
eSports. But
this?
But I'd still say it's risky.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
risky.
risky.
We're not used to seeing it. It's one of the reasons why we're saying that it's risky. We're not used to seeing BREN play
Yeah.
like this.
Baksha is, I think Baksha is good. Honestly, Lancelot looks like a prime target, but there's a chance that they pick up something like a Guinevere for Blacklist International.
Yeah,
There's always that Alice, which, by the way, is decent in this comp.
that would be great. Because then that puts a lot of pressure onto that carry to deal damage. No, it's a Farsa. It's a Valentina jungle.
Okay.
All right. Throw
Kill.
it back to Season 10.
All right, kill them with damage. Blacklist International, that's the decision. You pick up the Valentina, so much potential for DPS, and the Farsa really just complements well because what you wanted to do is to burst out the members of BREN before the Florin damage, Florin healing comes in.
Yeah. And the Valentina made sense to me. You posed the Baksha as an option. I also thought about it, but then I remember the Florence there, the anti-healing that she can dish out. Would have made the Baksha a little bit less useful.
Right.
So the Valentina jungle against this lineup of BREN eSports. Now the thing is, it feels like they drafted this, and what I'm gonna be looking at is again their priority rotations into the XP lane, and their invasion of the jungle, because this Valentina jungle we know is built with damage. Sometimes Wise goes hybrid.
50-50.
50-50. But the lineup the Blacklist drafted, it isn't just for the late game just because they have the Claude. Because they have the Valentina and Farsa, it could be an even quicker game here for Blacklist if they play their cards right.
Yep, oddly enough, a mage jungle that snowballs. So
Yeah.
Wise is going to have to play like an assassin here, and then again, live in Kyle TZ's jungle. We'll see if that's the case here.
What do we get from this joy in the mid lane, right? Damage for sure, like killing factor onto like the squishy targets. Like the decision for Blacklist to get back to the Farsa is good when it comes to their damage output, but it also brings them back to that point where the Lapu Lapu and the Joy will have a good time, like picking up a very important target out to the backside. And it's not like Oh My Venus can prevent that from happening. Lolita is not well equipped to kind of stop the Joy or the Lapu Lapu.
Neither of them. So I guess that's what Bren was thinking. Now that we're talking about it out loud, they want to overload their choices.
Yeah.
Feels like it might take Few some time to farm up well, because he's being dealt with in the mid lane really well by Blacklist International. It might be some time before we really feel the damage coming out of that Joy.
And now, think about this. If top lane is being pressured, as Blacklist has done since game 1, and then mid as well, where does that leave BREN eSports? Where do they find the farm? Where do they find the XP?
Yeah, that is the question for them right now.
Oh.
It's up to Super Marco to do well in lane.
Spot out the king of the jungle here. Wise able to dash again, I guess. We're forgetting how mobile a jungle Valentina really is with all those dashes. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Agent Zero, he does have the split, so he's fine.
That was a good read by BREN eSports, by the way.
Oh, another engagement in mid. Oh my Venus, but about half her health. Turtle already spawned.
Oh, level 4 available for a few. He pressured all my Venus in there. I think you want to prevent this Lolita from also getting the ultimate up, but instead Blacklist will just try to team fight around this turtle. Wait for for Wise to be up. He's level 5 right now, and they are just resetting the turtle. Smart decision from Blacklist. Few with the ultimate though.
Popped it already, just clearing waves quick. I guess this is to help buy time for Kyle TZ to take that orange to make a beeline for the turtle.
For sure.
Now here, both teams for the turtle. Edward providing vision for Blacklist. Few in position, looking for Yue. Not going to be able to land the stun. It's 4 versus 3 with how it looks like in the map right now for both of these teams.
Still no ult for this Joy. Oh, there you go. Popped it up. Edward at half health. Kyle TZ keeping the turtle where it needs to be. Oh, Abunjing very low. Is he going to get finished off? Uses that flicker. Flap TZ with the BF drawing a line between the members of Blacklist and this turtle. BREN secures it.
Okay, this time BREN eSports have found a way to troubleshoot Blacklist International. Edward was a problem in the first 2 games. This time, when he showed up, they just literally brought everything down and just give it to Edward just so that they will have better positioning around the turtle.
Oh, better strike used in by Yue, cancelled by that taunt. In comes Few. So far, it looks like BREN eSports. I might be saying this too soon, but they've taken all their lessons from game 1 and 2 and have executed just as quickly.
It's not too soon. You can see it already. They showcase it. Now they're the ones being aggressive doing the invading.
Look at
Here we go, Wise at half health. Owl can't do much. In comes Flap. Oh, no one home. And Kyle TZ tries to taunt the gold laner from Blacks International. Flap TZ and Few very low. There's the heal, the bloom from Ogwin. Cancelled out the Numenon Blast. And here comes the cavalry. Oh, and a Praiser's Wrath, and a split, and a pull from Agent Zero. Kyle TZ gonna bite it here. First blood drawn by Yue.
Oh. BREN eSports overheating in that moment, overstayed for sure. And after the fact that Flap TZ already missed the first proc of the Bravest Warrior, maybe you would consider BREN eSports just to get back. He won't have enough damage for that. And surely he had to use the flicker to connect onto Owl once again, but Owl and Yue survived. Yeah. So many red flags already for BREN eSports, but they still kept on pushing.
Yeah, and Wise too, he was able to get it. And at the same time, it felt like BREN, that felt like a team fight that if it went well, would have been great, but Flap might get caught out by Yue.
Oh, using the shields of that ult to maximum efficiency. A close call, but Wise wants to finish the job. Not going to be able to catch him. And now it's Edward. Agent Zero is in trouble. There's a split. Oh, he's going to survive.
What an answer by Few to deal with Edward. And as I was mentioning earlier, it's like BREN conditioned Blacklist.
Oh,
what?
I spoke too soon. Oh, the idol ng mga kids. That's why he's been here since day one.
Big advantage here for BREN Esports in this turtle fight.
And BLACKLIST on the scene. This is a 5v4. Few at half health. He's gonna get blasted. There's the Bloom and the Vengeance. Out very low. kalian gets a shield for the rest of BREN Esports. Wise gonna get out of here with a Cyclone Eye. He has a love-hate relationship with that one. And now kalian comes in. The BF and the Appraiser's Wrath. Two go straight down. BREN Esports. Wow. Massive win.
Massive, massive. And this time you can see the Plume in full fruition. Game number 1, forget about it. Ogwin did not have great ultimates in game number 1, but this time he did. And the stunts as well, connecting coming out from Ogwin. BREN Esports are now showing up, really troubleshooting from what happened in games number 1 and 2, learning all the way through. Few now in the zone.
Oh, Mr. Arcangel is in the building. He's playing footsies with 3 members of BLACKLIST. That's how much BREN is making the most of this nearly 3K gold lead. BLACKLIST are shrinking it though. They're making a bit of bank. At least that's one thing that they can hold on to. At least Wise's farm is still Wise's farm.
You see him farming comfortably there alongside Al. Al trying to go for the poke and chase. Map open up for BREN Esports. 2 turtles, 2 turrets broken by BREN. BLACKLIST, no major objective secured just yet. Gold laners have switched lanes. 47 seconds until the next turtle spawns. Will BLACKLIST try to go for a major sequence here? Seems like the answer might be yes. Let's see if they'll try to force something to break a tower elsewhere in the map before the turtle.
Now, finally in this best of 5 series, BREN Esports is in control.
Oh. And as they already control Wolf, they pull the trigger. They come on in, engage, force out an early split from Edward. And just like that, oh, spotted! And there's a Numinum Blast on the 1. An RWM not in check. The Eve was banned out. That was actually a feathered airstrike. And just like that, Ogwin gets popped. And in the backline, Wise! Forcing out the Vengeance. Could have gotten a kill. Edward very low, knocked up.
Sidestep.
At a third of his health. Here comes Flapteezy. Throwing out those dual blades. BLACKLIST is fine.
Oh, they're going to be fine. But, of course, BREN Esports will have control of the turtle. Now, all the while that's happening, this is a game where Super Marco is with his signature carry.
Yeah.
Was one of the highest win rate heroes in Season 10. And also, this time, he is farming a lot. Unlike in games number 1 and 2, where BLACKLIST were able to just find where the drafting pattern was for Super Marco. And all of the things that made it difficult for BREN Esports in games 1 and 2, they already stopped that from happening.
BREN Esports Super Marco was the carry before carry became popular yet again. At one point in MPL Philippines Season 10, he had a stat line of 20+ kills, 14 to 17 assists, 0 deaths as a carry across multiple games.
Yep.
Comfort, it's an understatement in the hands of Super Marco with this hero. Now Ogwin is a target of BLACKLIST.
That's 4 members of BLACKLIST International that Ogwin was fending off. He was checking that bush, and indeed, there were. Now, in mid, it looks like this seems to be the next play for BREN Esports before they make a official push for the Lord. Ogwin and kalian coming in with Flap as well, with the BF! A Numinum Blast keeps him in, but it's going to be too late. The Queen can't save the King of the Jungle this time around. Now Yue gets caught out by an Appraiser's Wrath! Down he goes, 2 down already for BLACKLIST International. BREN Esports going to force the issue. They're going to let Agent Zero and the Queen go. And just as we speak, Few has been pushing up top.
Owl exposes himself. You have to be careful about this. But my oh my, what a jump coming out from BREN. And the Appraiser's Wrath from kalian.
This is looking like a BREN tempo game.
Surely.
A BREN tempo rotation. Now in the zone, in control. What else can they do here? As they've broken another turret. The map of BLACKLIST shrinks by the minute.
This is definitely what BREN Esports have planned for, right? When we saw game number 1, they picked up a hero that the Florin, I mean, but they didn't have a hero that kind of is activated by the Florin. This time with the Frederick in front, right, from the jungler's perspective. You have a hero that can actually soak the damage and live through it so that when he's healed up, eventually BREN Esports already burned out so many utilities from BLACKLIST International. And this, you can see it, right? Even after the Numinum Blast, there's no supplement that BREN Esports cannot sustain through.
Oh, wow. Few went 3v1 and put Wise down to a 4th, maybe even a 5th. That's how far ahead BREN eSports is, as the rest of BREN were taking the Lord. Wolf, you were saying.
Yeah, it's he can definitely see that he is activated. In game number 1, Few didn't have a good time because he had to sustain for his team as well. But now he is playing solo, right? The way that he wanted to play it. This time the Caltese special is a Fredrin, which we know that it's not his signature pick, but he's playing so well.
Yeah, almost a 2,000 gold lead for the gold laner of BREN eSports. Al coming from behind. The entirety of BLACKLIST International behind as BREN eSports marches forward up top.
Top lane gonna get barreled on through, popping that holy shield. Speaking of shield, Oh My Venus trying to stop this siege from happening. And it looks like it's mission accomplished for the Code Breakers. They will stop BREN eSports from knocking down their inhibitors.
All right, as BREN eSports continues to play forward, incredibly aggressive. And as I say so, it looks like they might set up for another play here. Will they pull the trigger is the big question.
Keep an eye out for Flapteasy. We usually expect it from Ogwin, but he's on a flooring right now. Oh, Marco already showed himself. Wise, he really needs this. He desperately needs his buff, man. He hasn't gotten one in the past minute. There you go. A little bit of breathing room for Blacklist.
I'm thinking of ways for BLACKLIST International to come back. You can argue that this Cloud will have enough damage in the latter portions of the game. And he's not also a marksman that is that concerned about the Lapu-Lapu initiations. Surely that will be a problem. But another layer that BLACKLIST International needs to activate is Yue. This time the Farsa. We already criticized this pick coming up from BLACKLIST that there's a lot of counters already to this hero. But he plays a very, very important role, and that role is damage. Right? He needs to deal the damage for the entirety of BLACKLIST International to finish through. Maybe if he is going to go for that sacrificial route where he pops his feathered airstrike and he's fine to be taken out by BREN, as long as he already did his job, it's going to be okay. So that might be the option here for BLACKLIST International.
Conditions set for a potential comeback for BLACKLIST. Can they meet it? As BREN still continues the aggressive play. Oh, Few clearing up top and an invade by BREN down bottom.
Caltese has started to live inside Wise's jungle. That's right, the last orange buff that Wise got was one of the few that he actually got his hands on in this game 3.
It's rent-free.
Wow.
That's it.
Yeah.
My house now.
My house now.
Let's see if Wise can kick him out.
By the way, Few opted to go for the early Blood Wings after it is his third item. That's the way he plays. He plays so aggressively to the backlines. He wants to make it so that both Yue and Wise will not be safe while he is safe.
I just need to point out that little thing there that was happening in the orange buff. That looked like that was supposed to go to the hands of Owl, actually, on the Claude. Because Wise stepped away from the orange buff to secure it for the Claude.
And
but
he still ticked it.
He still ticked it because of the passive of the jungler effects for objective. So, Wise gets a buff, but that wasn't the plan.
Might not be what they needed.
Yeah, might not be what they needed, exactly.
Yep. Owl here a little too deep. BMI on out. He's going to be safe. BREN eSports going to play this the old-fashioned way. Going to trust the process, sink the waves, and have this Luminous Lord crash in up top.
You mentioned trust the process. That's been the entire story of BREN eSports.
I agree.
Since their downfall in Season 8.
For 2 years now.
2 years in counting of trusting the process.
Well worth it, man.
Oh, Luminal Blast by Oh My Venus coming in from the side lane.
Wow.
That flicker engaged, but no dice. The Queen is going to fall within a Brazer's Wrath. Lord going to crash in up top, and down goes the gold laner, the gold medalist Owl. And just like that, NT for BLACKLIST in that engagement, but BREN is inside their base. And Wise is going to go down. Few takes him down. Mid is going to crash in as well. The Lord is still up. There's waves here. Agent Zero gets popped. Few gets 2K. Ladies and gentlemen, BREN eSports is on the board.
We reset from one of the greatest games of all time to a turnaround. No sweeps will happen today. BREN eSports claps back and gets game number 3.
And they play it in a game that they were very comfortable with. There's so many signature picks in here, like Flapteasy's age-old Lapu-Lapu pickup from his championship run in M2. And of course, Super Marco dialing it back with this wonderful playstyle of the carry, just farming it through. And that last clash that you saw, Super Marco surviving after getting the explosions already from BLACKLIST International just because of Ogwin with the Florin. The global healing that you saw coming out from many players really played well. But I would say that wasn't just the story of this game. It all started from minute 1, or I guess the first turtle of the game, where you saw how they managed to stop Edward from playing the game. That might be the real solution here from BREN Esports. Don't let Agent Zero be comfortable at all.
Yeah, and that's coming from a game earlier where they struggled against Edward's glue.
For sure.
So that felt like even more of a sign that BREN Esports really learned from the mistakes of games 1 and 2, as you mentioned earlier, Leo.
Yeah. And they're executing at a pace that maybe BLACKLIST is even ready at.
Yeah.
Right? Because again, when you're at match point, you expect to play with momentum. And here, momentum just wasn't enough. BREN Esports, again, equalizes. Well, they're one step away, but you understand. It's not a sweep.
Not a sweep. And that's coming from a day where in the opening matches, our play-ins, we witnessed 2 teams get swept, and one of the 2 teams that advanced, BLACKLIST International, deliver one of those sweeps. A lot of things to talk about for BREN Esports here. The excellence of them being able to force another game. Midnight, explain it to us.
It is indeed the first non-sweep series of MPL Philippines Season 11 playoffs as BREN Esports mounts a comeback on game number 3. Welcome sa analyst na nga pala sa Midnight. At ating i-breakdown kung paano ba ito ginawa ng M2 World Champions. Well, for one, comfort is a thing. Lalo sa kanilang gold laner na si Super Marco, prioritizing yung carry over the Claude. Actually, binigay nga nila yung Claude against BLACKLIST International, and nakuha ng BREN Esports yung kanilang comfortable playstyle dahil nakita natin sobrang daming intrusive heroes sa kanilang draft. Speaking of draft, ito makikita natin yung kanilang lineup on game number 3. Ang daming intrusive heroes. And when we say intrusive heroes, ang tawag ko nga sa mga to parang mga black hole or mga gravity heroes kasi ito yung mga nag-a-attract ng atensyon sa side ng kalaban. And speaking of attention, si Joy at si Fredrin ay dapat mo talagang pansinin sa mga teamfights. And these heroes allow the gold laner to practically play whatever he wants to play. Kumaga, pwede kang maging aggressive, pwede maging defensive kasi wala sa yung attention. And if you think about how BREN Esports fights and engagements, ang daming ways for them to engage and disengage. Number 1, nandyan yung frontline ni Fredrin, nandyan si Lapu-Lapu for the backline, and also naging malaking problema dito yung Joy. And provided with the assistance of the global heal coming out from the Florin, talagang hindi iniintindi ng BREN Esports yung isa't isa. Actually, pwede nga silang maglaro dito ng kanya-kanyang pasok dahil suportado naman sila ng Florin, and syempre, naandun pa rin yung damage output na gagaling mula kay Carry. And of course, sa early game, may damage din naman yung mga heroes ng BREN Esports. Early game comp, actually, yung BREN, kahit pa sabihin natin meron silang Carry. And on the other side, sa BLACKLIST International, kaya naman nilang pumalag kasi meron naman silang burst damage from the Farsa. But the main problem is, yung mga heroes sila, kailangan ng item. And yung Valentina, being a jungler, even though lamang ka sa XP, most of the time parang kailangan mo ingatan yung sarili mo. Hindi ito yung support Valentina na pwede lang kumuha ng ultimate, nakikipagsuntukan. Si Wise kailangan niya ingatan yung pwesto. And I really love yung ginagawa ni Few dito na inaanoy niya talaga si Wise, even though nabibigyan niya ng ultimate yung Joy, which does give a kind of a second exit for Wise. Ang problema kasi napapalabas yung Valentina and hindi niya na-abuse yung kanyang passive and even yung kanyang damage output to convert it into XP. Kaya naman, umabot tayo sa point na hindi naman ganun kalaki yung lamang ng BREN, pero yung lineup nila ay so enabled because of this carry. Actually, by minute 3:14, I believe, nakuha ni Super Marco yung kanyang first item, which was the Corrosion Sight. And that enables BREN Esports to utilize their whole lineup. Kung lahat sila ay pwede na lang lumaban. And imagine, for BLACKLIST International, ang pwede mo lang gamitin dito is yung Valentina tsaka yung Glue. Kasi yung Lolita tsaka Farsa, maghihintay talaga ng maghihintay ng re-engage position yan. And hindi rin sila hindi rin nila magamit yung heroes sila para maging aggressive dahil nga yung Fredrin ay hindi pa nila kayang i-burst down. Kaya naman, ang daming skirmishes na hinihelm ni Kyle TZ na lagi siya nauuna kasi alam niya, wala namang papatay sa kanya. Ito yung hero na pwede nilang abusuhin para makakuha ng frontline control. And BLACKLIST International didn't really have enough of the tools to deal with the Fredrin. And again, add mo dyan yung problema ni Lapu-Lapu, ni Joy, and yung backup pa ni Florin. Actually, pagdating nga ng late game, malaking problema ni Florin. Kasi once na binigay niya na yung kanyang Flower of Hope kay Super Marco, dun mo na makikita talaga yung shred na nanggagaling kay BREN Esports. Kompleto Recados, actually, ang lineup ng BREN dito. And ang daming na-farm ni Super Marco in this game. 848 ang kanyang GPM. But Important dito yung damage output na deliver ni Few against Blacklist International. 49,000 on this Joy against Blacklist. And this is because of the fact na, again, hindi siya kayang basta-basta labanan ng Blacklist International. Once na magamit niya na yung kanyang second skill, once na sumayaw na yung Joy, immune na siya sa mga crowd control. So hindi ganun kalaki problema sila Oh My Venus. Ang kailangan niya lang isipin is yung kanyang sustainability. Kaya naman, ang MVP ng ating game ay wala nang iba, kundi ang idol ng mga kids na si Few. 402 on this Joy. 707 GPM, by the way, and kill participation of 67%. And I like this build-up. Hindi siya nag-shy away from the traditional Joy. Kasi ang Joy talaga, either you go full tank or you go full damage. Usually, yung mga XP laners lang yung nag-hybrid. Pero may pag-fall off kasi. And sa mid-game, araraw naman nila yung fall off na yun. Pero si Pio sabi niya, hindi, full damage ako. Kailangan ko mag-commit dito sa ginagawa ko kasi kailangan namin ng mage and hindi kami nagkukulang sa raw sustain. Ang kailangan gawin ni Few dito is maximize niya yung kanyang mobility to annoy Blacklist International Joy. So imagine, kasi ang if yung Joy talaga, either you go full tank nga sa mapa, pero wala naman siyang damage, baka hindi siya pansinin ng Blacklist. So I really love the item build-up coming out from Few here kasi na-attract na yung attention ng Blacklist International and it gave so much space for Super Marco to be able to farm up in this game. Makikita natin yung takbo ng game dito sa ating highlights. Again, it was Blacklist International dictating the pace of the game. Even though there were some punished kills coming up from Blacklist, hindi natin naramdaman na parang enough yung damage output ng Blacklist to deal with BREN's tempo. Lalo pat na nasa harap lagi si Kyle TZ. And again, nandun kasi yung idea na if you're BREN, yung mga heroes ng BREN dito kapag humaharap sila, meron kang heal meron kang global heal na nanggagaling kay Florin. And even if pagdikit-dikit ang Blacklist, actually lamang kayo dyan. Kasi kapag nandyan din si Ogun sa mga teamfight, of course, magagamit na yung kanyang Sprout para ma-abuse yung kanyang stun and dadami pa yung kanyang mabibigay na heal sa kanyang mga teammates. So, in theory, parang ang hirap nga naman labanan ng lineup ng BREN Esports. Lalo kapag ganito yung draft na hawak mo for the side of Blacklist International. The flex from the Valentina maybe pulled away some of the early game prowess. Sana na pwede magamit ng Blacklist International. Kasi ang strength ng Valentina is kung kaya niya lumaban sa harap, lalaban at lalaban siya sa harap. Pero with this kind of lineup sa BREN Esports na technically parang bawal kang lumaban sa harap kasi mahuhuli ka and hindi maging enough yung damage output nyo ay hindi na maximize nga ng Blacklist International. And it was a flex na na-abuse naman ng BREN Esports. And again, this was a very clear victory for BREN. No? Hindi lang sa objective control, kundi kung paano na rin nila na-utilize sa kanilang mga heroes, yung space na nabigay nila kay Super Marco. Hindi nga tayo mabot sa point na teritoryo na ni Kari. Kasi at the end of the day, ang pinakamalaking problema nila was this Joy. Walang sagot ang Blacklist International, cannot even use the crowd control against the hero. And yung damage output camera from Few was really enough to deal with the entirety of the Blacklist squad. And ang dami pang backup plan, ang daming layers ng draft ng BREN Esports. And I really like it kasi it's a change up from game number 1 and game number 2. Even though, again, comfort heroes yung napili nila dito. I would say still Super Marco getting that carry. It was a hero na pwede nyo pang abangan ng later stages pero hindi nga natin nakita. And also yung lapo-lapo ni Flap TC na nakita natin nung game number 2. Although may mga blunders minsan nung game number 2. Game number 3 was, I would say, a near perfect game from the guy. Kasi lagi siyang nasa harapan, lagi niya binibigyan ng suporta, si Fred rin dito. And again, priority picks coming up from BREN Esports, especially when you give out heroes like Joy. Ang dami kasi naglalaro sa kanila niya. Naglalaro din si Kyle TZ, naglalaro si Flap TZ. So, it really does give a lot of ample space for BREN to work with on game number 3. Ngayon, again, first non-sweep series tayo ng ating playoffs. Sige natin kung mag-aabot pa tayo sa game number 5 or will Blacklist International finally close it out. Pero bago lahat, syempre, kausapin muna natin ng ating mabuting kaibigan na si Sona for, again, more insights in this venue.
Nagbabalik tayong muli dito sa Smart Base right over outside Function Room 5 ng SMX Convention Center Manila. And we are over here para i-discuss sa inyo ang Smart Giga Arena. And together with me is May, one of Smart Giga Arena's brand ambassadors. So can you please introduce us ta kung ano nga ba ang mga exclusive premium prices gaya ng nakalagay dito mismo?
So we have here, so first, i-ask muna namin if you guys, of course, if you guys are smart subscribers. And then, syempre, importante, na-registered na yung SIM card. And then, if naka-smart sila or Talk and Text subscribers, invite namin sila na mag-join dun sa Giga Arena namin na website. So, all we need to do is just sign up lang dun sa Giga Arena. And then, you will automatically get a clapper. That's for free. That's one. And then another one is the printed photo. It's a Polaroid photo. And then what's good about it is if you're gonna load 99, yung Power All 99 natin, you'll be having 2 tickets that you can use inside the Giga Arena. So all they need to do is just play, lalaro lang sila doon sa ating mga arcade or pwede silang mag-join doon sa sa loob. And then meron silang chance manalo ng 50 diamonds, and then meron din tayong raffle. And then, ang mapapanalunan nila sa raffle is they will have a chance to meet the Omega team. Smart Omega team, and then with the jersey, of course. Yeah, that's it.
Actually, one of the major prizes na pwede nyo makita dito. Again, for everybody else na nandito ngayon sa SMX Convention Center, those over there are the QR codes para magkaroon kayo ng chance to join both the Giga Arena and to also register your sim over here. And also, gaya ng nabanggit ni Ms. May, you can get a clapper once you have managed to register. Kaya naman, I actually have a fan with me that is going to be showing us how to register your phone. In fact, I also have registered my own SIM card. So that is a major news na pwede nyong mapanalunan at pwede nyong magamit. The thing for sure is that Smart Giga Arena is a platform for every casual gamer out there. Mapa, gusto nyo maglaro ng Mobile Legends or any other games that is out in the mobile phone, pwede nyo siyang magamit anytime and anywhere. Ikaw ba, do you actually play mobile games and do you play Mobile Legends? Okay, so especially with the heroes that we have now, ang dami ng tao na nakikita natin. I think this time around, it's time for us to show them kung paano nga ba mag-register. So I think I have here si Mr. Ron Muyot, one of our fans, one of our MPL fans, and I think na-register mo na ba yung SIM mo, Ron?
Ito. Actually, kanina lang.
What was the experience like, given it is the, na-extend nga ang ating SIM registration, right?
Yeah, well, it's relatively easy kasi it's parang less than 5 minutes you'll be able to do everything. Pero syempre, depende rin sa lakas ng internet mo, and because it's smart, mas mabilis mo siya ma-register.
That is one of the advantages when you get to register your smart SIM. Can you show everybody once again na yan yung proof of registration that you finally verified in terms of your SIM, at yan yung lalabas once you're done and you finally finish registration. So that is one of the things. And dahil na-register mo na yan, I think you can get those clappers over there. I guess you can, because technically, it's as easy and it's as smart when you actually get to register your SIM. It's been one of the major factors na napansin din natin from before. And in fact, pag nandito rin kayo sa may bandang gilid, Ms. May will also be assisting you kasi hindi man natin makikita yung nasa bandang likod. I believe you're also one of the photographers that actually takes a bunch of photos, right?
Exactly.
How was, the experience so far being part of the others?
Okay naman, masaya, syempre. And then, of course, with the power of Smart, and then with the power of Giga Arena, yun, mas mapapadali yung gaming experience.
Mas mapapadali, gaming experience is gonna be there. Go over to Smart Base outside the SMX Convention Center Function 5 Hall. Kaya naman ngayon, ay ibato na natin muli to the center stage together with Mara Aquino.
Kasama natin dito ang mga parents and sister ng idol ng mga kids ni Few, si Mommy Shirley, Sam, Bunso, and Daddy Alan. Kamusta na po kayo? How is it like watching your son na maglaro dito sa playoffs? First time kasi, di ba?
Lagi naman po.
First time yung ma-interview sa 11 seasons.
Yes po.
He's leading right now po sa 366 games ang nalaro ni Few. So lahat po ba kayo doon, napanood nyo lahat ng game kahit sa TV?
Yes.
Okay, testing natin. Si Mommy at si Daddy. Sige nga, Mommy. Name 5 heroes ni Few.
Fanny, Valentina, Julian, Farsa, and Kagura.
Ayun! Ay, alam galing ni Sama. Pero marunong po ba kayo maglaro? Kahit hindi marunong maglaro, alam lahat ng hero ni Few. Sige nga, Daddy, kaya mo yon na mabilis. 5.
Hellcar, Lilia, Kadita.
Tinutulungan ni Mami. Ano pa, Ma'am?
Kagura.
Kagura? Sino pa?
Valentina.
Oh, wow! 8 years old. Ano pa po? Isa pa?
Valentina.
Valentina?
Kagura.
Oh, Kagura.
Kagura.
So, kayo rin po hindi naglalaro. Pero alam nyo, lahat ng kanyang heroes. Sige nga po, paano po ba siya as a son? So, he's been in the seasons for 11 seasons. And ano po ba yung mga nabigay niya sa inyo? Mga nagawa niya para sa pamilya?
Nakapagpagawa na siya ng bahay.
Wow.
Then, yung kotse namin, yun, katulong lang siya. Kabili kami sa kotse. Tinulungan niya kami sa kotse.
Very nice. Pero alam niyo, parang pansin ko, hindi niya to nilalabas sa social media.
Ano siya, hindi siya malabas. So, napagawa niya 4th floor ng bahay. Then, yung ano po, mga gadget ng mga kapatid niya, siya yung nagpo-provide.
Pansin ko po, Daddy, hindi siya mayabang. Talagang sobrang down to earth. Ang galing niya sumagot. Bibo siya. Sa kanino mana? Si Few.
Kay Mami.
Kay Mommy. Aminado si Daddy. Now, ano po ba yung mga dreams niya, yung mga goals niya na shinare niya sa inyo tungkol dito sa career niya sa ML?
Gusto niya ma-champion lahat.
Champion lahat.
Saka MSC na lang kasi ang kulang sa kanya eh.
That's
Yan
right.
ang gusto niyang makuha ngayon.
Kasi
MSC.
first runner-up pa lang siya nung nag-MSC
Season
season 2 yata MSC.
Alam na alam. At ano po ba yung goal niya pagkatapos po niya maglaro?
Parang gusto niya sa ano pa rin, esports pa rin.
Esports, magiging
coaching
coach?
staff. Coaching staff.
Sinabi niya gusto maging coach.
Huwag naman coach, baka magalit Sir Daki. Kasama lang sa coaching staff.
Kasama lang sa coaching staff. So, sige, prediction, ilang seasons po ba siya bago maging part ng coaching staff as a player?
Medyo matagal pa siguro kasi hindi pa naglalak. Bata pa siya, 23 pa lang siya.
So, hindi pa naglalak yung daliri niya.
Kaya matagal pa siya.
Ngayon, they're trying to catch up. It's 2-1.
Oo nga.
Ano po bang dapat gawin if you?
Alam na niya yun.
Alam na niya yun. O, kamusta yung first 3 games niya? Ano po, kung ma-analyst po kayo, sige nga.
Aba. Parang dapat Ivan. Alam niya na sinasabi ko kung ano yung dapat Ivan nila.
Daddy, parang mas magaling sa'yo si Mommy tungkol sa game. Mas magaling siya. Can you guys share us kung ano yung hindi alam ng mga tao tungkol kay Few?
Tahimik lang yan eh. Pag sa bahay, nasa kwarto lang. Hindi lumalabas talaga ng bahay yan.
Sobrang mapagbigay sa amin, sa mga kapatid niya. And never yun na hindi siya mahilig bumili ng luho.
Hindi siya materialistic.
Hindi po.
Kung ano lang yung kailangan talaga, yun, dun lang siya. And then yun nga, unahin niyang provide yung kailangan ng pamilya. Tapos, never yun nag-share sa social media.
Very discreet, very private. For the first time in 11 seasons kayo nakita ng madlang people. Ano po ba ang gusto niyong sabihin sa mga nanonood at ang mensahe niyo para kay Few?
Kuya, sana lahat ng naka-line up ngayon, makuha nyo ng team mo. Alam ko makakabalik kayo, magiging champion kayo.
Ikaw naman, Daddy Alan.
Pagpatuloy niya lang yung tiwala niya sa sarili niya, saka sa mga team niya. Dapat laging tiwala sa Diyos, number 1 po.
Very nice. Sam, ikaw, anong gusto mo sabihin kay Kuya?
Kuya, good luck po. Mahal na mahal po namin kayo.
Sam, maglalaro na si Kuya. So, kailangan na natin iba to sa casters. Kaya mo bang gawin yung casters pasok? Okay, go.
Casters, pasok.
Oh, my heart, the family of Few, one of the greatest of all time in the Philippines, maybe even the world. A world-class of Mindanao, and of course, backing that MVP performance in the crucial game for BREN Esports, avoid getting swept. Welcome to game number 4. You're still in the English desk. Myself, Reptar, Leo, and Wolf. And we've had an even longer breather this time around. But I feel like, based on what we saw, the BREN Esports momentum might continue. BLACKLIST International might have to come up with something in the draft to stamp it out right away.
Real quick, let me just point something out, fellas. In the early minutes of game 1, or rather game 3, right? Minute 1 I'm looking at. Have we already not seen BREN Esports force BLACKLIST to respond a certain way? Because they did not go through with the full flap TZ pressure.
Yeah. Quick answer, yes. Definitely, the BREN Esports have found that this is the homework that BLACKLIST International did, so they did counter it. At the same time, however, when we are talking just about the draft, it might have been that Blacklist kind of shot themselves in the foot with that Farsa pickup. And you think that it's only one pick, that it already changed up the entirety of the composition of Blacklist International, and it did, right? Because when you're looking at the draft, it looked okay for both teams up until that point where the Farsa was taken up.
And the BREN Esports draft, I have to commend them rather, for
Yeah.
prioritizing that joy and then flexing it in a way we haven't seen them flex it yet.
Yeah.
We've seen Exor to be the first one to do it, putting that joy in the mid lane here in
Yeah.
MPL Philippines Season 11. And then, of course, since Few already has history with a Gushin in Season 10, a Julian earlier this season, it wasn't that surprising that he made that joy mid lane work.
There is one instance in the regular season of Few playing mid lane joy. Just one more.
Oh, just one.
So this is the
Alright.
second time in Season 11.
All right.
And yeah, no, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the first time may not have worked.
Yeah, I think so.
Or not as amazing as this one, because here, just in case, folks, real quick recap, Few at what, 5 minute 6 was going 3v1.
Yeah.
Unpunished,
Yeah.
with impunity.
Runaway MVP.
Yeah,
It makes a lot of sense. It's a pick that works well for them, but most importantly, again, you take it away from the hands of Edward.
Yeah, and we did say that there's two schools of fitness in the side of BREN Esports.
yes.
The gym bod ducky and the yoga masterclass coming out from Coach Ren, and I think the yoga is gonna be the idea that can work, because we saw in games number 1 and 2 where BREN Esports kind of just brute forced their way.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking, brute force.
Yeah, it was a brute force draft wherein.
Not the breastplate.
Yeah, sure. It was like they're just relying on their mechanics to win it. But in game number 3, you saw that triple flex with a Fredrin, wherein you don't know what role
going
will be
where.
on.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that gave so much of an opening, because surely that flex was good. And Fredrin on the hands of Kaltizi, you wouldn't think that it will work, that it's a Kaltizi kind of play style, but it did to full effect.
And because of how BREN Esports, I'd say utilized the flexibility of the school of yoga under Coach Vrendini.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, is it going to be here, Game 4, or maybe if we do get to Game 5, wherein they reintroduce the stern Chad style that Coach Ducky presents?
Yeah.
Because that's what Game 1 and 2 were.
Yeah, I feel like the Stern Chad style, if this does go to Game 5, it's what they'll go for in game number 5.
Is what might be the exclamation point.
Yeah, it's just like, we're stepping it out right here. All right, I'm stretched out. Muscles are hot. I'm flexible. I'm going 90 reps, 1 set. It's obvious I do not work out. Can't do 90 reps in 1 set. That's 3 sets.
Well,
No,
not yet.
Not even.
All right, real quick, as we wait for the draft, I just have to say, while you were saying I'm stretched out or warmed up, I wasn't even imagining the analogy. I was thinking it was you. And I was going to say, hell yes, because casting is a full body exercise. Most people don't know it, because when the cameras are off, you'll don't see us. We're all over the place.
We're doing squats, jumping jacks.
Yeah. It did a deadlift.
Bulgarian squats.
Yeah, Wolf actually did a handstand on the
Yeah.
table earlier.
Yep.
He was doing kettlebell flows.
Yes.
Exactly. We have a kettlebell.
Yeah.
put it
That's
away.
why we urge you to come here and SMX.
See it in the flesh.
See it in the flesh. Working out casters. Here we go. Back to the drawing board. That I would want to see that clear book, surely. Just a lot of information out there. And then you go to the BREN Esports scan wherein there's yeah, sure, not preparing. It's just no stats whatsoever. Just coffee.
Yeah.
And our good friend Addy, of course.
At least it's not crosswords.
Yeah.
They can't afford that. Not at the playoffs. Yeah, 2 lives, but not at the playoffs.
Look at the stark difference between the two.
It's all business.
All business for Blacklist International.
It's their CEO in the building,
Yeah,
right?
see Trike there. The rest of Blacklist International, of course, Trike very active with Blacklist International.
Very hands-on.
Very hands-on, yes. In terms
That's
of
right.
giving... he's been in the esports industry here in the Philippines for a very long time. Shares his nuggets of wisdom, knows how to inspire a team. And of course, Blacklist International would need that. They don't want to be forced into a game number 5 here, especially against a team like BREN Esports, number 1 seed, going into the playoffs. They've tasted loss against Blacklist International for the first 2 times this season in this series alone.
Yeah.
The last game, we saw them clap back and say, we're not going to get swept.
And just to make this more interesting, can I say BREN Esports is run in this series alone? The fact that we're not even at Game 5, the fact that we're not even at sudden death yet, and I'm saying this, makes it all the more important. I like this character development. I like how, in this Best of 5 alone, BLACKLIST International has tested them already.
I agree. I definitely agree with that because it applies to both of the squads, right? For BLACKLIST International, like a mountain of improvement that they did in the 2 weeks that we had when it comes to their preparation. Whatever they're doing right now, it's completely different from what they are doing in the group stages when it comes to playstyle and drafting.
And it's working.
And it's working. And now you're BREN Esports, you're in a spot where everybody looks at you, everybody's expecting you to dominate. Even the entirety of the talents voted for BREN Esports to win this series. And you can see that them being challenged and troubleshooting as well, that's good news for the squad. So no matter what is, we are already given the best of both worlds.
Game number 4, does it end here? Does BREN Esports go down to the lower bracket after this game? Or will BREN Esports force a coveted game number 5 against the reigning and defending champions have chosen to go blue side? Or who are on the blue side this time around?
All right, so it's Game 4. This should be BLACKLIST choice.
Sir,
And indeed it was,
what's
because
your
again,
command? Your team
rather
is
no,
advantage.
it's BREN Esports' choice.
Yeah, BREN Esports choice.
That's right. So this should be red.
Among the planes exists the equilibrium.
Still banning out the Eve here is BREN Esports. And you mentioned earlier, Wolf, I believe that was in game number 2. Eve could have been a good first pick right away.
Exactly.
And BREN Esports are acknowledging that against BLACKLIST.
So do you give up, give up Joy or Arlott or just ban out those 2 heroes right now? But that means that the 1-1 will be open for BLACKLIST International. So BREN Esports, being in the red side, they will have to give one of those OP or S tier heroes.
I am the power of light.
Yeah, so I think BLACKLIST International, the way that they're drafting now, they're going to be banning out now. I think they're eyeing for a first pick Joy as well. And we know that Edward is deadly with that.
And with this Kaja ban, I think it's all the more clear. It's almost as telegraphed as banning the Fire Mist to pick up the blue.
Exactly. Oh, they banned 1-1. So this could be, with the way that they ban this out, both Arlott and Joy should be available.
Oh no!
And BLACKLIST, I don't think that they'll ban any of those 2 heroes. I think they are even inclined to take away the Valentina instead.
Or the Fire Mist themselves.
Or the Fire Mist.
If Arlott goes open, what are the possibilities of BREN potentially picking up a Mincitar later on?
Oh, we haven't seen much of Mincy.
We haven't at all this playoffs.
Bans maybe.
Bans.
We started with bans for sure. Yeah, so BLACKLIST, interesting. Do they actually ban Fire Mist? I think Valentina should be the better ban here against BREN.
Yeah. They can go for other power breaks.
Arlott. They really want to take the Joy.
Yeah. Yep.
But that means that BREN Esports can easily just ban it out. Yeah. Which means that they should be first picking a Fredrin or a Theramis. So many good things that can be available here. But it's up to BREN Esports. I think that it is worthy to ban a Joy.
Yeah.
Right here.
Right here, right now. You don't want to give that to Edward. If they are willing to give it, I believe Valentina Fred might be the priority picks for BREN Esports. Or if it's Valentina Fred, that might not necessarily go to the jungle. Although it might be a little bit difficult for the Fredrin. They banned the Valentina.
Okay.
Leaves Joy wide open.
Joy is open. I think no reason for BLACKLIST to not take it. BREN Esports might actually be gunning for a glue pick on their own. Or maybe they just go back to the Lapu Lapu.
Time to drop
There it
the
is.
beat of the flash.
They're going to need a lot of peel, a good amount of control. Are they going to early Franco or maybe even first phase Franco now eventually?
I think first.
We've presented a couple of solid possible solutions. I wonder if BREN is going to bite the gun here, or rather jump the gun. Bite the bullet.
Bite the bullet.
Okay.
Could work out. They don't have to worry about a Valentina. Maybe hence why they'd pick up. Well, it makes sense they'd go Franco as one of their third picks. They can go for power picks here right now.
Every single game, I think BLACKLIST has banned out the Franco.
Yeah. I think you go Fred Faramis first and then Franco on the third pick.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
But Fredrin and Faramis is overall decent here. Oh, of course, the glue. Glue Faramis. Let's go. Yeah, there it is. Okay, glue Faramis.
So Glue Faramis Franco.
Yep.
Here for Blacklist, is it Claude now though? Because
Yeah.
up against a Glue and a Faramis.
I think it just makes sense to go for the glue.
If they go glue Faramis, Franco, talking about BREN eSports, it's going to be the first time in this game, in the series, that Ogwin gets priority.
Yeah, that's right.
in the
That's
first three.
correct. But it makes total sense to get the Claude here for Blacklist International.
Claude Fred, maybe?
Yeah, Claude Fred. Yeah.
That's a lot of value
Yeah.
between the glue and the Faramis. Oh, Owl is just all smiles.
The only thing that makes it so bad if they pick up the Fredrin, and this is not even a bad thing, right? It is that you confirm that this is a XP lane Joy.
Yeah.
So is this, I think, Farsa Claude? No, Farsa Fredrin.
Right, so
Interesting.
it's the latter. It confirms it.
They confirm everything.
Yep,
Yeah.
they're honest.
They're honest with it. It's like, okay, this is what we want to do.
Hard on
So-
their sleeve.
Red-
Wake up! Wake up!
Oh, there he's up.
Okay.
Cool. You were saying?
I
BREN
think
eSports, Claude or Franco? Or
I think Franco.
really? And they just ban out Claude? Oh, wait, no, they don't need to because there's the next pick in the
but it could
get
be
banned out, bro.
every single game that we saw, Franco was banned out second phase
Yeah.
by the side of Blacklist International.
know.
So it has to be here if they really want to go down
Yeah.
that route. They need that secure for the Joy.
The only,
Pin him down.
Get it down.
maybe the only thing that can be considered as well is the carry that we saw from BREN eSports. But what?
Do they trust it?
Interesting.
Do they trust the process here? Or are they going to say, all right, what's another possible stop for the
For
Joy?
the Joy.
A Kufra?
Minsitar, maybe?
A Cho?
Oh, they can't ban all of those.
The solutions, yeah.
All the solutions. And if you pick up a Cho, maybe as even the last pick, and Blacklist does go Claude, you have an answer for two. You'll have to commit
Yeah.
the kick onto one.
That's true.
But if either die, it's a good deal.
They want to go up against a Claude. They're taking away the best part.
For sure. And if Blacklist is overthinking this, surely Franco is a good ban no matter what.
Yeah, you have to ban it. There,
There it
as
is.
expected.
Yeah, but if you're overthinking this as Blacklist International, you might ban out. You might even ban out the Ogwin Florin, which is
Oh.
That's a lot of sustain.
yeah, but that's that's like I said, it's overthinking coming up from Blacklist.
Way too much healing.
Yep. Okay, so you take out Claude, or maybe they are willing to give the Claude, which means Brody should be the ban here for BREN eSports.
Yeah.
Maybe they're saying we're not scared of the Claude. We have answers for it, but they are. I think it just makes total sense.
Okay. BREN eSports are ready for the pick of Blacklist.
Yeah.
That's the signal here for a team on the red side to ban two.
Grok, maybe. Oh, it's Kufra.
Take away
Same
Kufra.
ban.
There you go. Those
You know
are the
what?
two remaining solutions.
Yeah. Cho.
So
one
I
of
think
the
that
big
should be the last pick.
Yeah, last.
Do you get the Akai now for BREN? I'm thinking Akai or Hayabusa.
What if both? What if both?
No, I think
Why
Akai
not
should
both?
be a good pick.
Yeah,
Good pick for BREN.
Akai fourth pick. Hayabusa goes into the jungle.
Yeah.
Akai will be the roam.
That, or there's still, again, a lot of choices for both Ogwin and Oh My Venus. The Lolita is still out there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go, see?
A bit more control.
Oh!
It's the Florin
The
again.
trust.
Are they expecting an Estes on the
Yeah, I
clap?
think they are
Yeah.
definitely.
The entire galaxy
Boom.
is in the
Here we
power
go.
Estes Brody. This is Estes Brody. If
Estes.
Blacklist picks it up, it's the best hero that they can get right now.
And it goes.
It's very strong.
It lives up to their comforts, to what Blacklist love to pick certain picks.
Yes, but just the same, I'm sure BREN saw this coming, right?
Yeah.
It's what they funneled them into. And they have laid the carpet.
Yeah, that's why they're taking their time, because they're probably potentially
Yeah.
talking about the options here for the jungle
Yeah.
pick.
They're
for
mind
BREN
sweeping
eSports.
for now, Blacklist. But I think, okay, is that
a
sound like
Moskov?
Brody? Is that a Mosk? Oh, that's
It's
a
a
Moskov.
All right.
Okay.
So is this Master the Basics and Dex are saying, no,
Yeah.
Ducky, no, BREN.
Yeah.
We're not going down that path.
I think it's a better decision because the Brody is just like so much of a low-hanging fruit that you're kind of
It's obvious.
they're kind of sus, right?
This is more mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you pick now? You can definitely consider Hayabusa if you're being crazy as BREN eSports, but I think the easiest route should be Akai or a Martis, in fact.
Yeah, you don't want to, again, run the Hayabusa into the Estes. And, oh, how about anti-healing?
Oh, why?
God.
Yo, dog, I heard you like anti-healing.
The anti-healing. The anti-healing. So many
Oh,
anti.
God.
It's anti-healing for their own squad and then anti-healing for their opponents. Oh no! This is a yoga lineup again. This isn't the muscle man lifting all the reps. This is yoga. This is a downward facing dog, transition into a scorpion into a tabletop. My goodness.
360.
Go 360. Feel the prana flowing through you, BREN Esports.
Chakra.
They're
I
absorbing the chakra,
Yeah,
the chi.
I am at a loss for words,
I am
man. If this
same.
works, then yes, but
It's risky.
It's risky.
just the same, I think there's something here because there's
There
a lot
is.
of peel, there's a lot of sustain, but you're putting so much on Marco.
Exactly that. So much on Marco
Oh
against a
my
lineup
God.
with a Joy. A Farsa that has been playing out of his mind all season long in UA.
Bro, they
Pressure
leaned
on Marco.
They leaned hard on not holding down the Joy, man.
Yeah.
Edward Joy the Padap.
I would actually really veto that because I think that they just forwent this case. They
Yeah.
just forwent this Joy and didn't even care at all. And I think that's a scary decision from BREN Esports.
Oh, it's utter disregard to Marco's well-being because Marco, you have to fight your way out of this.
See what will happen.
All right, that's a quick engagement in mid. Few put out a third of his health. Might go down. Oakland with a clutch heal. Few flickers on out. And Yue gets the kill. Spends his flicker to get it down. First blood drawn by Blacklist.
Great start already for the side of Blacklist, especially because they really want to shut down that Faramis, right? It's the only way for BREN Esports to team fight, actually. A double sustain that they have. And I think that Blacklist International, they definitely need to win the first 3 turtles. And it's not going to be difficult, honestly. That they are drafted to win those early turtles.
Exactly. It also felt like the mid lane conundrum there was a bit of a miscommunication from BREN.
Yeah,
It looked like
that's
Few
also
went
true.
deep because it looked like Flap and Kyle were going to continue the issue in mid.
I agree.
It seems like they decided to play cautiously. First turtle is going to be up. No clear advantage for either team. Positioning, though, this might be one. Edward eats a bit of crowd control and pokes. Just healing through it, of course. We're going to be looking out at the effect of the 2 XP laners, Edward and Flapteezy, for this first turtle of the game. As both junglers right now, you see Wise going down to his orange. Kyle Teezy will be able to go to the turtle first.
Yeah.
Yes, but he will be short a buff. I believe Wise has both already. Oh, Kyle Did he steal it? Check it out. No. He just has his purple.
Just had it.
All
He
right.
just had it.
Okay. Yep. So Wise will come in first. There's a pull by Blacklist. Ogwin can only watch, really. He's at level 3.
Yeah.
He doesn't have quite yet the bloom.
But they eventually will give it.
There it
Edward
is.
is holding onto the turtle. This is great for Blacklist. Gonna be waiting for Wise to have the better positioning.
Yeah. Still prioritizing farm. Crab going there, goes to the hands of Wise. Both junglers will be slight advantage here for Kyle in terms of XP, but not that big.
Oh, there's a taunt, and there's a feathered airstrike. Few unable to use the cult altar. And already Blacklist at an advantage. And there's the pull. Flapteezy very low, goes for the split. Who can he get on? And he's on Edward. Might not be the perfect target here. And just like that, he hops off, uses a flicker. Kyle Teezy, Puissance, rolling out. And here comes Edward. Another cult altar. Few makes it back to the scene, saves his team, but there's no dice. Blacklist takes the turtle.
What a classic from Blacklist International. You saw how they ubed their way onto that turtle. Managed to poke out BREN Esports, and the fact that they forced out Fuse ultimate in the latter portions, that's going to be the great signal that they will take the turtle. And not only that, they actually took out Fuse.
Super Marco in trouble. Spent the flicker already, even underneath his turret. Wise not going to let him go. Kyle Teezy does get the queen. Oh my Venus falls. Kyle Teezy barely surviving. Appraiser's Wrath still alive. There's a pull by Few. Ogwin doesn't have enough damage. Oh, not going to happen here. A trade 1-for-1, but Blacklist wins that engagement.
Oh, super weird decision to go for this double sustain from BREN Esports. And like I said, they're putting all of their eggs on one basket, and that is the damage output of Super Marco. And I'm pretty sure that it will not be enough against an Estes kind of lineup. Typically, when you're playing up against Estes, you need at least 3 sources of damage.
Yes.
And BREN Esports only will have 1 come the mid and the late game.
Yeah, the Faramir.
Edward.
Count stolen the buff right under the nose of Kyle TZ. Massive loss there for the jungler, Brent.
Massive loss indeed.
And now, behind enemy lines, FlapDZ may have caught himself a little too deep. Gets the grab on a Wise, and he survives. Still, the story, BLACKLIST way ahead. Oh My Venus gets taken down. Gets a kill on a Super Marco. Brent slowly clawing back.
Wolf, I think you'd agree with this. That was the right call for Brent immediately after losing that buff.
Yeah.
Kyle TZ just said, let's get a kill down bottom lane.
Yeah, and that is the benefit of having the rollout for the Baksha, the Pusans. As you saw, he managed to, the shield unity, I mean, they were able to get that into the bottom lane.
Oh, trying to bait out Yue. Here comes Wise. And there's a shield unity. Wise taunts Ogwin. Might be too late. Feather Dash Strike. Flickered on out. Ogwin survives. Few with the Shadow Stampede. A snipe from Marco. No one home. Oh, this turtle could be anyone's game.
Few got the crab coin there.
Yeah.
Money.
Money.
Cash in.
Oh, and now Turtle almost half health. Kyle TZ with the shield unity. Who's he gonna stun? Looking for one. Turtle pulled over by BLACKLIST. It's a reset.
Yeah, all ultimates available for BREN Esports. And BLACKLIST smartly does not engage yet. They are waiting for their feathered airstrike.
Oh no! Edward dancing on through. The Cult Altar. Vengeance popped in. And the pull. Few still alive. Cult Altar not gonna get popped. And there's a ride on to V. FlapDZ gets one. Ogwin very low. Can Edward take him down? Yes! Edward Joy gets one down. It's a trade so far between Black and Bren. But it looks like Bren are gonna commit. Wise. Oh, gets hit by the bombs away. And the stun. He's still alive. FlapDZ gonna take him down. They trade for a turret up top. And this turtle still standing. Down goes Agent Zero. BREN Esports scores a turtle.
All the while that's happening, Moskov is able to get a push up top. And this 5v4 for BREN Esports obviously went in their favor. It didn't look easy, but man, they actually nailed their abilities so well. For example, FlapTC just waited for the right moment to jump onto Oh My Venus's back. Super Marco taking advantage of the dash and the flicker as well to take out Edward eventually. BREN Esports played so well in that game. Surely it wasn't a free teamfight win for BREN Esports as the Moskov is still able to farm out. But the fact that they are winning these teamfights despite us kind of doubting their damage output, that is good news for the side of BREN Esports.
Wolf, Reptar, that teamfight might tell the whole story of BREN Esports' lineup. It'll work, but it takes a lot of work. It's a lot of time as well.
For sure.
It's hot yoga this time around. It's
hot yoga.
Because yoga is supposed to be relaxing. Hot yoga is
some whole other level, bro.
And lose weight.
Okay.
It's brute force yoga right now by Bren.
Oh, now they brought it up now.
Yeah, they're lifting while doing
yoga
stretches.
with weights? What?
Yoga with weights.
Okay.
Completely counteracting what yoga's supposed to be. But Owl and the rest of BLACKLIST are brute forcing their way with split pushes, as you mentioned earlier. BREN Esports, what will they respond to this?
All right, they go ahead and take a crab coin down bottom. And Super Marco clears the wave. Ogwin gets caught by the taunt. Look at Kyle TZ from the back. Oh, they miss a spear and a CA saving BREN Esports, and there's a stun on a one. Edward gets the heal. Feather Dash Strike spent in by Yue. A turret push by Owl, and they're still going for it. FlapDZ looking for one. He still has the split. A lot of ult spent, but it was all for that turret. I'd say worth it for Black.
Oh, definitely worth it for BLACKLIST International. They forced out so much from BREN Esports. Fortunately for Bren, Ogwin actually managed to survive that, and that's a massive win. But overall, BLACKLIST will have the advantage of resources coming into this next Lord fight.
Now both teams close to here. Edward will go up top. Lord already up. 5 for Bren on the map. 4 closer to BLACKLIST. The Joy showing herself up top there. Edward will force a rotation by Bren.
Oh!
Flap!
Feather Dash Strike forcing out an early split.
Oh, what a snipe.
Yue at half health. I'd say that's it for that. That's a trade. That's a gut check.
Man, that was a great snipe from Super Marco. I did not mean that he did not land that it means that Yue will just continue to just stay in there, and that's a lot of pressure alleviated by BREN. But they did have to use their ultimate on Ogwin, which means that it's Blacklist's game once again.
Oh, there's a poison spent in by Kyle Teasy. Wise with an Appraiser's Wrath. A lot of damage. Cold Altar saving the remaining members of BREN ESPORT here. Another Feathered Airstrike. Down goes Flap Teasy. Down goes Ogwin. And it's just a disaster for BREN ESPORT. 2 for none.
Oh, pie. This time Yue is activated. And the fact that they also forced out the ultimate once again from Flap TC, that meant that Edward will have a great time.
Oh, underneath the turret. He's going to get traded for, but just the same, Turtle goes over to Blacklist.
Right now we're feeling the lack of damage as expected from BREN.
That's
with
true.
Yue hitting his spike, it's even more evident here, the lack of damage that BREN Esports has until few builds, as a Faramis, 4 damage items until you really start feeling those Ghost Bursters, even though Blacklist are in that Ube strat.
I agree. This is already looking really bad for BREN Esports, and you saw the results of the draft choices from BREN Esports. They know for sure that they are going to go up against Estes, right? We saw it coming from a mile away, but they did not draft against that. Surely they have anti-heal, but it's proven that it will not be enough.
Oh, Kyle Teasy pops the Poison. Wise engaging on through. Few gets popped without even using the Cult Altar. It's going to take him about 10 seconds to march on down to mid. Lord for Blacklist coming up through top. Bottom lane has a massive wave as well.
Well, you can see some small combos for Blacklist International. For example, the Domain of the Moon Goddess, which is a great slow. It has great combination with the Farsa ultimate all of a sudden, right? So if you connect with it, you're going to be fine. And it also sets up Wise to land all those combos, those taunts, those crowd controls.
Oh, Wise, ever the Vanguard. There's another one. Feathered Airstrike, putting Ogwin down to just about 6 HP. They're going to melt Lord here, though. Still, Blacklist happy with the results of that first Lord.
Ogwin conserving that flicker saved his life right to the edge of his health.
A snipe coming on through. Here comes BREN ESPORT. The cavalry has arrived. Look at Wise in the back line. Edward cutting on through. Close call. Here comes the Cult Altar. They're leaning hard onto it. Kyle TZ, very low. Yue gets taken down. Marco gets another. He gets shut down by El Cuago. 2K for Owl. 2K for a Blacklist. And that's the current trade. Flap TZ, will he survive? The answer is yes.
But that is already Flap TZ ushering Wise onto the spot where he can steal the purple buff. So even after that wonderful team already for Blacklist International, they are aiming to get more. Cal TZ far too forward from his teammates. Super Marco, great ultimate usage with a snipe. Great damage output as well, but they got exposed so heavily. And now Owl is a threat. He can freely hit onto turrets and take it down so easily.
This is a draft built for the Farsa and for the Moskov to shine. The snipe won't connect for Super Marco. Orange buff goes to Owl. And you feel the lack of damage from BREN. BREN feels it too. The flower of the Florin, which was once in the hands of Super Marco, actually, Ogwin, has now given it to Few just to eke out a little bit more magic power for the Faramis.
It's so difficult to be Few, man. What was that, 2 or 3 times now in this 12-minute game that he died even before Cult Altar was used.
Right.
That's how much damage Blacklist is presenting.
Yeah.
The Joy and the Farsa together, Owl being able to freely hit. The chain of crowd control, and of course the Praetor's Wrath burst coming from Wise.
Not to mention the Moskov.
Not to mention the Moskov as well. BREN Esports, can they? Most importantly, how can they contest this?
I want to say BREN Esports cannot let Blacklist International stay in front of their base building because Owl is already a threat. And with, of course, the presence of Oh My Venus, it aids Owl so easily. BREN Esports, I don't know how they can win this Lord Dance.
Oh, look at this immaculate pull by Blacklist. They might as well put the Lord inside their base with how Owl and Wise have managed to put Lord right there. And in the middle of all of them, look at BREN. Edwards going 1v5. Kyle TZ trying to keep Yue in check. Flap TZ very low. Survives, but just for now. Blacklist, successful Lord Dance.
Oh, wow. Let's see, what are the ingredients of Ube, right? First, you have Edward being a menace into the backlines.
Yes.
Second, Wise just pulling back the Lord
2 tablespoons.
Yep, 2 tablespoons of that. And a heckload of healing coming out from Oh My Venus.
An actual unit of measurement, a heck load.
Yes.
Add
Yes,
to that
sir.
a couple burst damage from a mid laner mage. And
Yep, exactly. And that's it. That's Ube and the Lord Dance.
Oh, and you have to have a sprinkle of DPS.
Sprinkle of
Yeah.
DPS.
And I'll just put more than a sprinkle, and that's why this is the result.
It's a spronk.
It's a
Spronko.
spronk.
Here we go. Brady's
Oh
trying
my
to go for
God.
the defense. It's only Kyle Deasy standing between the inhibitor and the rest of Blacklist. They're going to go crash on through. Blacklist presenting lethal damage here, but 8K ahead. They got 6 members, including the Lord. Bren has just 4. This is a defense of a lifetime for Bren. Can they get through? Flap goes down, Hugh as well. The Lord is still standing. It's just Ogwin, and it's just Blacklist standing in the upper bracket. Bren gets knocked down.
Ground is shaking. My God, that's how strong they were.
Top 1 in the regular season falls to the reigning and defending champions of MPL Philippines as Blacklist will be heading into the upper bracket finals.